6, equations with decimal numbers and consecutive integer word problems. So, decimals, yes. If you want to solve it with decimals, you can, but that's not very fun. So I prefer that you get rid of the decimals. What you have to look at is which one of those has the most number of places that you need to move, all right? So this one, to make it a whole number right here, we would need to move the decimal how many places?
3.
Good job. 3 places to make it a whole number, all right? This one only needs to move once, and this one only needs to move twice, but you have to go with whichever one needs to move the most, all right? So in order to move it 3 decimal places, we have to multiply by 1,000. If we were going to move it 2 decimal places, what number would we multiply by? 100. And 1 decimal place, what would we multiply by? 10. You guys are so smart today. Okay, so we're going to multiply by 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000. Every single thing has to be multiplied by the same number or it doesn't work, okay? So when I multiply this first one by 1,000, it moves the decimal over 3 spaces, and this becomes 3x, a whole number, all right? And this one, we have to move it over 3 decimal places. So I move it over once, and then I have to add 2 zeros to that. Okay, and over here, we're going to move it over twice, and then I have to add another 0, because that's 3 spaces, okay? So I multiplied everything by 1,000, and now this becomes a super easy problem to solve. So we're going to subtract 400 from both sides, so 3x is equal to 1650. And we're going to divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals 550. Let's do the next one. All right. The astronomers found that 0.017 of the stars examined were red dwarfs. If 29,000 stars were examined, how many were not red dwarfs? So this is a lot similar to the Victorian, not Victorian problem that we did the other day. You guys remember that? So we're going to make a ratio box. Thanks, Carlos. Okay, so ratio box here. So this time we are going to do what, and total.
Red dwarf.
Yeah.
Not red dwarf.
Yeah. Good job, Natalie. All right. The astronomers found that 0.017 of the stars examined were red dwarfs. All right. So that goes in this column for red dwarfs. 0.017. Okay. And the total is always going to be 1 when we're doing these decimals. All right. So 0.017 are red dwarfs. The total is 1, just like the fraction box. And just like the fraction box, in order to find the not part, you have to do 1 minus the fraction that you knew. So for this, we actually need to do 1 minus 0.017. So 0.017 are red dwarfs. That means what is that, you guys?
983.
Okay. 0.983 are not red dwarfs because they have to add to 1. All right. Then it says 29,000 stars were examined. That goes under total. How many were not red dwarfs? So our variable goes in the not red dwarfs box. Cross off the top. Okay, we're going to cross multiply this times this, and I'm going to use the 0.983 because that's already done for me. So that times that, 29,000 equals 1 times x, which is just x. So then I would use my calculator, 0.983 times 29,000. And anybody got my back here? Thanks. 28,507. And of course, we always need to label our answer. So this is stars that were not red dwarfs. Enough. So back to these consecutive integer problems that you guys did in the Algebra 1 book. Good times. So if you're just doing regular consecutive integers, you use n plus 1, n plus 2, etc. Okay? But if you are doing evens or odds, okay, same thing, even or odds, what do you guys use? Good job. Good job. All right, so for this one, we want want 3 consecutive even integers. So that means that I have 3 numbers. Some of you guys made a table last year, I think. You had LeBlanc, I think she does it this way, okay? So 3 integers, the first one's n, and the next one's n plus 2 because these are even. So if it's even or odd, it's going to look like that. Now we can write our equation. So I have 3 times the sum of the first and the third. So when you have times the sum number times the sum, you need parentheses, all right? So 3 times the sum of something, and the sum is the first and the third integer. So the first is n, and the third is n plus 4. Okay, then we have the word is. What does is mean? Yes. 84 less than. What does that mean?
Minus 84.
Good, and leave a space. Okay. 12 times the second. So it's 84 less than 12 times the second. Oh, I didn't leave quite enough room. 12 times the second integer. The second integer is n plus 2. Good. Okay, you guys work this on out and tell me what you get. All right, just in case you didn't get it, this is 2n plus 4 right here. I just added the ends. I'm going to distribute that. That's 6n plus 12, right? Over here we have 12n plus 24 minus 84. Let's see. I'm going to subtract the 12n from both sides. That's negative 6n plus 12. What's 24 minus 84? Okay, good. Subtract 12 here. That's negative 72. Divide by negative 6. So you guys should get 12. Now, everybody always forgets, and it's worth like 2 more points always on the test, so don't forget to go back here. We actually need 3 answers, right, that are 2 away from each other. They're evens. If you get a decimal on this, is that right? No, because it says integers, right? And also make sure you got even integers in your answer because it said even integers.